Audio test 1, 2, 3.
I can hear you, DJ.
Hi, Doug. Thank you so much for providing audio input, and good morning to you, and good morning to all of our Bureau reps who are on the call, who are on the meeting. Good morning as well to our attendees here in the Board of Public Works hearing room. If there are any members of the public who wish to offer commentary on any of our items this morning, please fill out a speaker card located in the back of the room and hand it to me. And please indicate your name for the record. If there's any members of the public who wish to offer commentary on any of our items or public comment who are joining us via the Zoom platform, please raise your hand at this time by pressing *9. I'll ask you to unmute, and you can identify yourself for the record. And we should get started in the next 5 to 7 minutes. Thank you.
So close. Look at this. Look at this. We almost matched. I should have worn the top. Should have texted. How you doing? Good. Good. Good day. Good day. Are you taking up the urgent? Glad to no longer have that. I do it again. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. It's been delicious.
And good morning once again to our attendees here in the in the Board of Public Works hearing room. If there's any member of the public who wishes to offer commentary on any of our items this morning or public comment, please fill out a speaker card located in the back of the room and hand it to me. Indicate which item you'd like to speak on. And if there are any attendees on the Zoom virtual platform who wish to offer commentary, please press *9 to raise your hand at this time. All right. And I see a caller ending in 264. If you would please unmute yourself, identify yourself for the record and which item you'd like to speak on. I'll record your name for the record.
Hi, James.
Yes, James. Which item would you like to speak on this morning?
Public comment.
Very good. I have your name recorded for the record, James, and we should get started momentarily. I'm going to put you back on mute. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to put us in record mode.
Perfect.
And we are in record mode, President Garcia.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the regular scheduled meeting for the Board of Public Works for Wednesday, November 29th, 2023. TJ Knight?
Very good. Good morning, Madam President. TJ Knight, Assistant Executive Officer, taking role in establishing quorum. President Garcia, Vice President Villegas, President Pro Tem Davis, and Commissioner Corsand are present. We do have a quorum. We are also joined by City Attorney Representative Virginia Choi. Once again, I'm Assistant Executive Officer TJ Knight. President Garcia, we have one speaker card under public comment who is joining us virtually. We have no speaker cards under public comment in the hearing room, no neighborhood council commentary, and no speaker cards under any of our items this morning.
Very well, thank you for that. Did you say we had one general public comment?
We do have one public commenter joining us via the virtual platform.
Let's take public comment now.
Very good. James, please unmute yourself and you'll have 2 minutes to offer your public commentary.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, James.
Can you hear me? Yes. I wanted to make public comment about the illegal vending situation that we're having. Doesn't seem like the investigators have been able to deter anything. If anything, they just seem to be like they're enabling the whole situation, just moving it right along. In my area, we have multiple places, brick and mortar places for people to eat. We have people that are employed there that also have to feed their families, and they're all doing it legally. And what we're allowing is the illegal aspect of it to go on. And they're also blocking the public right-of-way. Now, these aren't carts, okay? Because that's what it says in your 4213, your rules and regulations, always specify carts, but I very rarely see carts. I see canopies, grills, tables, and chairs on the public right-of-way. Makes it very, very difficult for people to get around. And they're using the parking lots of legitimate businesses. They're just overrunning the businesses with their customers, with trucks, huge trucks. In my area, we're next to a very sensitive pollution area, which is the 5 freeway. And they're bringing in like huge moving trucks that are coming in to buy these illegal vendors' products. And I feel that the investigators have been very ineffective. This has been going on for 5 years.
2 minutes.
And I think it's a waste of money, frankly. So that's my comment. I wanted to make you aware of it. And
Thank you.
Thank you, James. That's 2 minutes.
TJ, can we get his info for after? Okay.
James, if you would please email me your information, including the location that you're addressing in your public commentary. My email address is tj.knight@lacity.org. Thank you so much, James. Again, tj.knight@lacity.org.
Thank you for
Okay,
that.
thank you.
Okay, is that the last of our public comments, TJ Knight?
That's correct. That concludes public comment.
Thank you very much. General public comment is now officially closed. Moving on to today's very special presentation and recognition. Today, we are celebrating the current and continuous work for Mr. Cook, very long-time employee of the sanitation department. And we have a lot of cool people here today that are really here to celebrate you, Mr. Cook. Welcome, first and foremost, Mr. Cook is here. I'm going to read into the record your biography, and then we'll kick it off. David Cook was born in Indianapolis, Indiana, on November 23, 1952. He moved to Los Angeles, California in 1971. Mr. Cook transferred from the Department of Recreation and Parks to LA Sanitation as a sewer maintenance laborer on July 10th of 1974 through the Comprehensive Employment and Training Act program. On May 27 of 1984, Mr. Cook promoted to a maintenance and construction helper at the Doris Place Yard. And on November 6 of 1988, he promoted to a wastewater worker at the North Hollywood Yard and then to wastewater worker 2, where he still works up to the present time. He is well known for his cowboy hat and has a hard hat that looks like one too. I have one too, by the way. Mr. Cook does not have any plans of retiring anytime soon after 48 plus years of service. And today we are really here to celebrate your long-lasting commitment to sanitation and to the public works, but also to just the city itself. So with that, Mr. Cook, thank you for being here today. But before we actually get on to all those celebrations, we have here today celebrating with you our Deputy Mayor Randall Winston, who will be speaking. And Mr. Winston, please come to the podium. Welcome to our chambers.
Thank you, President Garcia. Good morning, and good morning, commissioners, and good morning to Mr. Cook. Another day and another day with the city. I'm so honored to be here and to express our heartfelt appreciation for an individual who has dedicated such an impressive number of years to this city. You know, I was just speaking with the mayor yesterday, actually, with all of our general managers and the Board of Public Works, some of whom I think are here. John, I see you. I think I saw some earlier on. Barbara, there you are. Each went through their careers and 20, 30 years of service. Impressive, no doubt, but not as impressive as Mr. Cook. And so we talked with the mayor afterwards, and really, I knew I was going to be here this morning, and so I mentioned you. And I just want to express what Mr. Cook represents both as a model for the city and for public service. A half a century of embodying values of hard work and service to our community. You know, President Garcia, you went through his career and his background. We know that today you hold, Mr. Cook, the position of wastewater collection worker, a role that really showcases your expertise and dedication to maintaining the environmental health of our beloved city. Mr. Cook, your unwavering commitment and all of your hard work have played an essential role in shaping the quality of life for many Angelenos and ensuring the efficiency of our city services. So, congratulations, David, on your 50 years of extraordinary public service to Los Angeles. Your legacy will undoubtedly continue to inspire us for many years to come. So, on behalf of Mayor Karen Bass, of the City of Los Angeles, the Mayor's Office, and the millions of people who call LA home, thank you. With that, if I may, President Garcia, read the certificate of recognition into the record. This is for Mr. David Cook, wastewater collection worker at the Bureau of Sanitation. On behalf of the City of Los Angeles, the Board of Public Works is pleased to recognize the start of your 50th year of service to the city. Your efforts and accomplishments have greatly benefited the entire Department of Public Works, as well as the city's residents. We sincerely thank you for your contributions and dedication, and we wish you continued success in your career. Thank you, Mr. Cook.
Mr. Cook, if you want to come up, and Deputy Mayor Winston will
Please.
officially congratulate you. Take the great picture.
Congratulations again.
Thank you. And then we'll turn it over.
Here for
Yeah.
photos, we can place it this way. And President, do you want us to maybe face the other way so we can get the commission?
It'll be good if we can do that.
Step up this way, Mr.
Yeah.
Cook.
And then we're gonna,
Just so we can
Right
get all
there,
the
right there.
commissioners behind you.
oh, okay. All right. I'm like, let's do it. I'm like, I just hope there's not a lot of cables there. That would cause some, we wanna make sure.
There we go.
Mr. Cook, do not go anywhere. There's more people that are going to talk about you. So give us one more folks, more accolades. Next, we're going to have General Manager Barbara Romero.
Good morning, and thank you for being here today. I want to first thank the Board of Public Works for adding us to their agenda, as well as Deputy Mayor Randall Winston for taking the time to attend today's presentation. But I also want to thank Semboya Wright from SEIU for bringing this to my attention and to provide us the opportunity to celebrate Dave Cook's commitment to the City of Los Angeles. As we all know, we're here to celebrate his 50 years of dedicated service to the city. As someone who's fairly new to sanitation, I can only imagine the wealth of information and of 50 years that you have under your tenure. He is a personification of the term institutional knowledge. In his time with sanitation, David has seen many changes in how we operate, changes in technology, personnel, and even how we interact with one of our most precious resources, water and wastewater. One thing has not changed, and that is the importance of developing multiple pathways towards fulfilling a career in city service. David Cook was first hired by the city in 1973 through the Comprehensive Employment and Training Act. Programs like today's Targeted Local Hire program, Workforce Equity, Demonstration, Clean LA, River Rangers, and those funded through federal and state grant supports are critical and can lead to lifelong employment in public service like today's honoree, David Cook. It's important that pathways like the one that led David to the city of LA are possible for all Angelenos who want to work at the city, especially those who are part of a fabric of our city. So with that, I just want to say on a personal note, thank you to David for his commitment. And, you know, usually we're here celebrating their retirement, but here we're celebrating him, you know, still as an employee, which gives me a lot of times when we're here celebrating someone's retirement, I'm like, I wish I got to spend more time with that person. Here, he's still here, so he's gonna be, now we can all stalk him and try to get some of that transfer of knowledge and that institutional knowledge, because we don't, you know, we don't take advantage of how much he has contributed, how much he knows, and where his insights and how that can contribute to how we transform not only sanitation, but all of public works. So thank you for your service, and we look forward to the continued work that you want to do with us and your commitment. It's crazy that you still want to be here after 50 years. So congratulations, and on behalf of you know, the City of LA and sanitation, here's a 50-year pin that it was hard to find, but of course, when I need to find something, I just, Potter will do it, find it. So congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Those pins are a rarity now, but thank God we got one. Yeah. All right, one more, Mr. Cook, please do not go anywhere. Next, I want to bring up Mr. Samboa Wright, Vice President of SEIU, Local 721, to come to the podium. Samboa?
Thank you, Commissioners and President. Once again, Samboa Wright, Vice President of Service Employees International Union, Local 721, and a proud member or staff of Public Works. I'm a wastewater collection worker too, also. 22 years or 23 years of service. Nothing like 50 years of service.
Let's say that's it.
I can say this. I remember when I started, we had our logo for sanitation. It would, under the logo would say setting the standard. Mr. Cook has definitely set the standard. And for us that has come in as maintenance laborers or wastewater collection workers, worker 1 up to 2, he's the person that we would look to and that we look to get the institutional knowledge. And that's why we still continue to set the standards, because of people like him. And so with that, we have just a small certificate of appreciation from Service Employees International Union. And it says, awarded to David Cook, the men and women of Service Employees International Union, Local 721. Thank you for your 50 years of service and dedicated service to the residents of the city of Los Angeles as a wastewater collection worker too. In unity, and then it has our signatures from the Vice President and the President of Service Employees. David, we really, truly appreciate you. And this has been a long time coming. So thank you.
Mr. Cook, do not go anywhere. Still have one more to go here. I know you can't even carry it. 50 years. We have one more presentation. I want to add Mr. Julie and Mr. Quasi. That was the info I have. Come on up from Sanitation Department. And Mr. Cook, please come forward so that they can honor you. And please take the podium.
Good morning, commissioners and other officials. Mr. Cook, way to go. 50 years and still going. I have 21 years of service and I'm thinking of when I can retire. But 50 years and he's showing up every day. I don't know how he does that, but it is a testament to his commitment to work. And for the work that he does, the citizens are grateful, and the city of LA is grateful. The work that we do is behind the scenes. It's not seen often. It only comes about when things go wrong or things make the news. But otherwise, our men and women are heroes, making sure that every drop of water anywhere within this big service area gets to its intended destination. For that, there is something that we want to give to Mr. Cook to congratulate him. It is a replica of the trucks that we use. By the way, these cost about $850,000 that we use, and this is directly from the manufacturers. So Mr. Cook, by all accounts, is a man of limited words. I'm going to keep my words limited and have Mr. Cook speak later. But Mr. Cook, anytime you think of just not using the big trucks, but a small one, this is here for you. You can switch it out. whenever you want. After 50 years, you deserve it. Thank you once again.
Julie?
Good morning, President Garcia, Commissioners. Thank you so much for bringing us in today to honor David for his service to the city that is far beyond what most of us will ever achieve. And I'm just so proud of being able to work in the Bureau of Sanitation with the fine group that does all the maintenance of the sewers and the storm drains throughout the city that, like Quasi said, doesn't really get the recognition of, you know, a lot of the firefighting and the exciting things, but they're protecting the health and environment of the entire city. And so I just want to commend the entire wastewater program, but especially David Cook for all the commitment and work he's done on behalf of the city. I'm very proud of him, and I'm so thankful. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. I think that's it, unless there's other, okay, good team saying, yeah, that's on the accolades. We're gonna go around and give accolades to you from the commissioners, and then Mr. Cook, if we so honor us with your words, and then we'll take it from there, and then we'll do pictures and close it up. And perhaps, I don't know if the team will let you have a break today, because it's to 50 years, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that, hopefully. So with that, Mr. Cook, I'm gonna start with the commissioners, and then we can go from there. Before I do that, though, I know this is very special. Is there someone else from sanitation that would like to speak for Mr. Cook? Come on down, Mr. Potter.
Yeah, and it was really fun tracking down that 50-year pin. I didn't know that there was one that actually existed in the city of LA, but I pulled all my resources and found the one pin that was in a drawer somewhere at personnel. So it was my honor to be able to do that for David. I had the opportunity to work with David when I was an entry-level employee 34 years ago. I remember vividly being in the middle of a river channel trying to figure out a solution to a maintenance hole that had been filled with debris. And I think we spent a day and a half there together. David epitomizes the wastewater program as a whole, of the dedication that the employees that work there do every day. He's done 50 years. It's exceptional. I'm honored to be here with him, and I want to just thank him for his service.
All right. Well, it sounds like they want you for 50 more years, Mr. Cook. I don't know what you're going to do. All right, so let's start off with our commissioners. Commissioner Corson.
Thank you. Congratulations. Of course, we're going to start with the person with the least city experience at the dais, which is fitting, I believe, for the comments I'm about to share. 50 years covers a long span of the city's history. And as General Manager Romero was talking about the changes you've seen, and one of the thoughts that came into my mind was maybe a year ago, I was trying to explain to a young relative, I don't want to share the age gap, but the struggle was real back when I was a kid, and recycling was in the yellow bins that you had to kind of carry or push down the driveway, and now you get to put it. Yeah, I saw a guy just looking around like, what is he talking about? And I'm just curious to know what other, as we reflect back, the struggle was real, I'm sure, for you in 1974 compared to 2023, and the changes you've seen outside of just that within the city. Different mayors, different leadership, different commissioners, different technology, changes you've led. But what also struck me in that 50 years, I'm a big football fan, and Bob Potter can talk to you about this in baseball terms, but as we talk about the wealth of knowledge you've shared in football, they always talk about a coach's coaching tree. And to me, Bill Walsh of the 49ers was one of the best coaches, not because he won 4 Super Bowls, but because he had a coaching tree that spanned beyond George Seifert, Mike Holmgren, Mike Shanahan, and then their coaching tree, like what he taught them, all the Super Bowls that one person basically nurtured post 1980, and was, as Barbara was talking about that, and then we heard about this brain, this wealth of knowledge you have. I was just thinking, like, wow, you are pretty much have been a Bill Walsh in the city, because all of the people, whether my age and younger, less experienced, come in, what you've taught them, and then what they've carried on. And so it's remarkable. It's remarkable that we have someone so dedicated to their work and who's willing to stay on, even though you don't have to, just to help the city improve, and that knowledge you're sharing, and that the growth that you're going to see and we're going to see long after you've left the city, just because you've been able to share that experience and knowledge with us. So thank you for your service. Thank you for being a part of the city that in one part doesn't require me to push a yellow bin down the driveway, and I can easily put it into a blue bin and roll it down. And, cleaning our water, of course, with the wastewater, all of these remarkable things that you've been a part of. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Commissioner Corson. Commissioner, Dr. Davis, and then Vice President Villegas.
Thank you so much, President Garcia. I want to thank you, David Cook, for coming to Los Angeles from Indianapolis, first of all, and sharing with us your journey in employment from sewer maintenance laborer to your current position as wastewater worker. And you have, as has been mentioned, witnessed many great things about Los Angeles. When you came in 1973, Los Angeles experienced its first African-American and minority mayor that we know of, Tom Bradley. During that time, after having run in the late 60s, he came back for a second time at leadership and was lucky. And you came in as a new employee during that period of time. And today, you still serve outstanding service that you are giving us when we now experience the first woman mayor of the city of Los Angeles, Karen Bass. So you have witnessed full speed the change that Los Angeles has encountered in terms of the multiculturalism that has been transformed in our employment culture. And you have been a part of it, but you've also been a role model. The experience that we have observed from your journey, from sewer maintenance laborer to wastewater worker, will be something that generations after now will be able to talk about. 50 years, some of us don't get to be as blessed to even live that long. So we are very happy, very proud of the example that you set for us. And most importantly, we are eternally grateful for your sharing your journey of employment with us here in the city of Los Angeles. When you sit on your front porch, you can rock in that chair with pride, because you have been an outstanding worker in the nation's most dynamic Bureau of Sanitation in this country. And most of all, you have given the kind of service delivery that has made every citizen in Los Angeles proud. And again, you've blessed us because you've done it longer than anybody that we can remember. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. Vice President Villegas.
It's always so hard following Dr. Davis. Congratulations. I hope you're recording and just listening and just very attentive to today's, accolades for you. I know that you don't personally know us, but we are sincerely appreciative and thankful and grateful for taking care of yourself and lasting 50 years with the city, but most importantly, just being that, sharing that value system that, is the City of Angels, and wanting to, be here and come to work every single day. And I feel it's a part of who you are because it's been a part of your life for a long time. We are extremely thankful for your years of service and also just for protecting public health for Angelenos in this great city. There's not enough words to say thank you, and I'm glad that you're still going to be continuing with the city. I don't know for how much longer, but thank you also to your family for supporting you and being able to help also and let you continue to work. They probably bother you too and saying, when are you going to retire? But thank you for your tremendous years of service and for sharing in that value system that is the city of Los Angeles. Congratulations.
Hey, thank you. And last one, Mr. Cook, and then it's going to be all you after that. I just want to say, as the president of the Board of Public Works, I want to thank you on behalf of 6,000 members that we are strong now. Thank you for your dedicated 50 years of service. It's 50 years, a lot of us are not even 50 years old yet. And you've already not only mastered it, but remastered your position. It's always a proud moment when we can stand along our field staff. Our field staff is really the staff that do the work for the city. Your department, your division is this division that cleans our water and keeps us safe. And like Julie, I think Julie said this, we don't really know that this is happening in the background, but those that know that this division of sanitation is extremely critical and it's extremely important for the health of more than 4 million residents. And your department, your division does that on an everyday basis. And you yourself have done it for more than 50 years now with different technology, with different systems. And so thank you for being so flexible, adaptable, and I don't know if your colleagues will say that, but I want to say that because in the span of 50 years, the work that you have done, your division has changed. The city has changed. Everything has changed in that span of 50 years, and you have rode that along with that. So I want to say, even though it might not seem the flexibility, you are very flexible, you are very adaptable, you are very professional for being able to stay this many years with us. So I just want to say that you are a proud role model to many of the public works servants throughout the nation, because 50 years, and going strong, by the way, 50 years is not an easy task. Many folks are looking to retire, like I think somebody said, and you're like at 20 years, what are you doing? Can't compete the 50. So I just feel like now you raised the bar, and if anybody wants to come and retire before 50 years, we're gonna question them many times. And I say, Mr. Cook did it, and he was doing field work. So I just wanna say, if he could do it, you can do it. But without reality, I just, on behalf of the 6,000 members of Public Works, congratulations. Thank you for being part of us. Thank you for serving this city. And thank you for just being a hero behind the scenes, because you are a hero, and your entire division is a hero for keeping us always healthy and safe. And with that, I want to say congratulations, Mr. Cook. Thank you for everybody that's been here. Thank you, Semboa, for bringing this to our attention. It was really important that you did that. And thank you for everybody that came to acknowledge him and support him. You have a tribe. Look at that. These whole folks are here because they want to make sure they support you, and they really admire the work that you have done. So thank you for that, Mr. Cook. And with that, if you're willing and comfortable, please come to the podium and just share with us whatever is on your mind and whatever you want to say for the past 50 years that you wanted to tell us. You're more than welcome.
That would take the whole day. I want to appreciate everybody for coming and for the recognition. I'm a little bit overwhelmed, but I do thank you and wish you all well. That's all I have to say.
Sure. And to Mr. Cook and to all of us, we'll take pictures, if it's okay, in the back of the room. And I'll take lead from the team here, in the back of the room, or do we can also go to the steps. Or it's a pretty large group.
We got 2 flags.
Yeah, we can do it back here? Yeah. Okay, team saying back here. I didn't hear any strong acclamations to go. Yeah. Oh, you got the flags ready? Okay. If we can squeeze ourselves in here, we'll be a little tiny. I say we go back there and then perhaps Mr. Cook and the small, some Bowen folks, we can take them right here. Just so that we can get the big group and then we come back here then. Okay, I know she keeps, Tanya, do you want us back here or do you want us? She wants us back here. Okay. Tanya saying back here, let's squeeze ourselves in here and we'll make it happen.
And I'm going to pause the recording at this time and we'll resume in approximately 5 minutes.
Yes, thank you.
You're going to mock me, so I'll give it to you.
I'll go ahead and put us back into record mode at this time, and we are back in record mode, Vice President Villegas. Let me just please reestablish quorum at this time and take attendance. So we have Vice President Villegas, President Pro Tem Davis, Commissioner Corsand, our President. We do have a quorum. We're also joined by City Attorney Representative Virginia Choi, and I'm TJ Knight, Assistant Executive Officer. And it is now 10:52. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, TJ Knight, for reestablishing quorum. And congratulations once again to Mr. David Cook. We're resuming our meeting for the Board of Public Works. And we will take on our business for today. And we've closed general public comment. And TJ, we don't have any comments, correct, from the Neighborhood Council?
That is correct.
Okay. Then why don't we take the approval of the minutes for November 8th? Do we have a second to my motion to approve the minutes for November 8th, 2023?
Second.
Thank you. All right, TJ, we have a second, we have a motion by myself and a second by Commissioner Corsan. If you can please take roll.
Very good. We'll take a roll call vote on approval of minutes for November 8th, 2023, starting with you, Vice President Villegas.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
And Commissioner Corsand.
Aye.
All ayes, and the item is approved.
Thank you. Okay, then let's move on to item number 1, and these are bids. These are bids received at 10 a.m. For the following public works projects, and that's the Central Business District Sewer Rehabilitation Unit 13 and 14, Griffith to Grand, and that's work order SZC 13942 with an estimate of $35,983,399 for Council Districts 9 and 14. And TJ, if we can open those bids up.
Yes, we will, Vice President Villegas. I'm joined this morning by Matthew Castellanos, who's going to assist me with the bid opening process. And we have received one bid from Spinello Infrastructure West Incorporated. Total bid amount is $34,436,460. 34,436,460 for Spinello Infrastructure West Incorporated. And that concludes today's bid opening.
Great. Thank you for that. Then we will accept the bid.
So the vote will be to receive, open, and declare forthwith.
Receive, open, and, pardon me?
And declare forthwith, and then
Okay.
move it forward forthwith.
Okay, thank you. All right, then I will move that we receive, open, and declare forthwith the bid for the Central Business District Sewer Rehabilitation Unit 13 and 14. Do we have a second to my motion?
Second.
All right, we have a motion by myself and a second by Dr. Davis. If you could please take roll call.
Very good. We'll take a roll call vote for the bid opening, receipt, and declaring it, and moving it forward forthwith. Starting with you, Madam Vice President.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Davis, aye.
And Commissioner Corsand.
Aye.
All ayes. Item number 1 is approved. We'll move forward forthwith.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, next item, we have Bureau of Engineering, and that is in Council District 6, and this is a construction budget, construction order, and change orders, super expedited wastewater emergency rehabilitation for sewers program capital improvement project 8638 at the Donald C. Tillman Water Reclamation Plant, NIWA Road, or Niwa Road, and this is recommending that the board, number 1, authorize a construction budget of $456,000, including contingency for the super expedited wastewater emergency rehabilitation for sewers program CIP 8638, Donald C. Tillman Water Reclamation Plant, Niwa Road project, and number 2, authorize the city engineer to issue construction orders and change orders up to the authorized construction budget for the project. And this is work order S ZC14242, C140016. And if you could please take the floor.
Good morning. My name is Faz Malik, and I'm a senior engineer with the Bureau of Engineering, Environmental Engineering Division. Today I'll be briefing on CIP 8638, the Donald C. Tillman Water Reclamation Plant, Newa Road Sewer Project. We're requesting authorization for a construction budget of $456,000, including contingency, through the sewers, the Super Expedited Wastewater Emergency Rehabilitation for Sewers program. Newa Road is located at the northern boundary of the plant. Currently, an existing septic tank serves the plant facilities along the road, which includes waste from the ancillary building restroom, an emergency eye wash station, and a chemical mix station. The septic tank has reached the end of its useful service life and requires a high level of maintenance and periodic pumping. The proposed project will abandon the septic tank and construct new sewer infrastructure for the existing facilities and future planned restroom facilities along Newa Road. The project scope includes installation of approximately 400 linear feet of 8-inch diameter sewer pipe that will tie into the plant's existing sewer system. Scope also includes installation of 6-inch sewer laterals, 2 maintenance holes, and potholing. The project schedule of work and prices was generated with fixed price bid items and quantities, and based on the schedule of work and prices, M&R Construction was the lowest bidder at $371,667, followed by Tomovich and Matthew and Stewart Company at $541,340 and $552,000, respectively. The Project Review Committee approved a total budget of $456,000, including contingency, for this project on September 13th, 2023. Therefore, we are now requesting the board to authorize a construction budget of $456,000 and authorize the city engineer to issue construction orders and change orders to the lowest bidder, M&R Construction, up to the authorized construction budget being requested. This concludes my report. Thank you.
Yeah, just a couple of clarifying questions. The lowest bidder was $371,000, correct?
Correct.
And what was the name of that company?
M&R Construction.
And the requested amount in the motion is $456,000.
Correct.
Which includes the $371,000 plus contingency. Is that correct?
Correct.
Could you help me understand the process in terms of engineering that we are engaging in with the work that we are hiring the company to do? You mentioned that the septic tank is no longer operable because it's outlived its usefulness, in other words. And you mentioned that there would be a insert pipe or some type that would transfer all of those materials in the septic tank to another location, correct? Now, could you describe for me, and I for some reason didn't hear you clearly, the process by which we will transfer it to what other location did you say? And what happens there in that process?
Yeah. So currently the septic tank, there are restrooms, there's an eye wash station and a chemical station that's connected to the septic tank, right? Waste from the restrooms go to the septic tank. The septic tank gets emptied. Now what we're going to do is we're going to build house connections from the restroom facility into a main sewer along Newa Road. It's going to be a 400 linear feet, 8-inch sewer pipe that's going to be connected to these facilities, and then that 400 feet is going to tie into the in-plant sewer system that DCT already has. Right, there are restrooms throughout DCT, there are other facilities that have waste. That waste gets sent into the in-plant sewer, and then it's sent to the headworks so it can be processed just like the sewer throughout the city of LA.
Mm-hmm. So the old technology of the septic tank is outdated in terms of our new methods of processing sewer. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And do we save money in the process, or is it just that technologically it makes more sense to directly transfer it in the way that we're doing?
Yeah, septic tanks are high maintenance, right? There's
They're high
periodic pumping.
maintenance.
Yeah, they're high maintenance.
Mhm.
There could be leaks, while a sewer system is it's what we use throughout the city of LA. It's more efficient, there's less maintenance, and it's more reliable.
So by directing the sewer to go directly into the new system, the same processes that we used in the septic tank connection from yesteryear still are being implemented in the new facility or place where we are
Correct.
transferring.
Correct. There's going to be conveyance, right? We have piping to the septic tank now. Instead, there's piping that's going to connect to the implant sewer system, which will then be processed at DCT.
So how long will it take us overall to transform the system to the current system that we vision that needs to take place?
Yeah. So the construction schedule is about 3 months. We
So it'll
plan
be
on-
3 months.
Yeah, about 3 months.
Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you for your questions. I don't see any other lights on. Do we have a motion to approve this item? All right, and
Second.
great, thank you, Commissioner Corson. We have a motion by Dr. Davis and a second by Commissioner Corson. Mr. Knight, if you could just take roll call, please.
Very good. We'll take a roll call vote on item number 2, starting with you, Madam Vice President.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
And Commissioner Corson.
Aye.
All ayes. Item number 2 is approved and will move forward forthwith.
Thank you. All right,
Thank you.
then let's move on. Let's move on then to item number 3.
So we received multiple speaker cards for our remaining items. I want to provide you with this as well.
Yeah.
And so the speaker card.
All right, let's move on then to item number 3. And this is item number 3 is in Council Districts 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 15. And I think we have a speaker card on this with the person starting with the letter B.
And please approach the microphone, speaker, and you'll have 2 minutes to offer your commentary. Speaker with the letter B. Please approach the microphone and you'll have 2 minutes to offer your public commentary.
Excuse me, can you restart that clock? Because I was just getting myself up here. You know what's interesting about your violations? They're very interesting. It's so insincere and pathetic that denial of rights under the color of law have brought me to this attention on item 3 because responsible bidder, there's no such thing as a responsible bidder if you're inflating the cost, the charges and surcharges. In addition to that, having a back door to discriminate against the people of CD 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 15 who cannot be here this morning to represent what they, under the sovereignty that we, the people of California, contest, is fucked up. On item 2, to authorize the president, whoever she may be, racist, biased, prejudiced person. Number 3, instruct all executive officers that your fucking insurance and your fucking documents, 5 working days? Really? When does the public get to weigh in to review the insurance and these documents? A pattern and practice of corruption. So the legal notice and warning is set here forth as I represent the city of Los Angeles. One motherfucker from Los Angeles County vote no. However, since it does say BSS plus BCA, for the record, 42 USC 1983, politely, fuck you.
2 minutes.
Let's go on then to item number 3, and this is a contract award, landscaping maintenance of median islands, and recommending that the board, number 1, declare Green Garden, Inc., or simply put, Green Garden, to be the lowest responsible bidder, and award them a contract for this project for a combined total amount of $675,919.02 for 1 year, 2023 to 2024, with the city option to renew annually for 2 additional years. Number 2, authorize the president or 2 members of the Board of Public Works to execute the contract for this project after approval as to form by the city attorney has been obtained. Number 3, instruct the executive officer of the board to immediately advise Green Garden to submit their bonds, insurance documents within 5 working days and the date of notification of the award of this contract by the board. Number 4, instruct the executive officer of the board to immediately advise Green Garden that the work on this project must start within 5 working days from the date issuance of the notice to proceed. Number 5, instruct the executive officer of the board to issue a notice to proceed for the budgeted amount of $675,919.02. And last, number 6, delegate the authority to the Director of Bureau of Street Services to take the necessary actions to execute the future renewal options and execute all related documents for approval. And this is Work Order M00166653. And before us, we have Mr. Banuelos to present. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, President Villegas, Vice President Villegas, and Commissioners. My name is Hector Banuelos. I'm with Streets LA Urban Forestry Division. I'm here to present the item before us, which is the contract requesting approval for the Bureau to execute the contract for landscape maintenance in districts, Council Districts 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15, which is we refer to as the Bay Harbor area. The scope of the project is for the contractor, who is Green Garden, to perform biweekly maintenance to approximately 3 million square feet of landscape medians within the respective districts. The contract amount for year 1 is $675,919.02. This is a 1-year contract, but the city's option to renew for 2 additional 1-year periods. We'll be back, if approved, we'll be back for the following year to request approval for the following year if work is performed satisfactorily. The Office of Compliance, of Contract Compliance, reviewed all documents submitted by the contractor and determined there was compliance with required business inclusion program. There is a mandatory subcontracting minimum here of 4%, and the contractor appears to have achieved that and included another 2.24% with another other business enterprise subcontractor. The Streets LA, we evaluated the bid and determined that the bid is reasonable and recommends that the project be awarded to Green Garden. If awarded, the contract will provide the biweekly maintenance of approximately 3 million square feet, and Streets LA therefore request that the board approve and allow the execution of this contract. That concludes the presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Banuelos, for your thorough report. Commissioners, do we have any questions on this item? Go ahead, Commissioner Corson.
I know, Hector, this is not the first median contract we've approved recently. How many are there actually?
There are 4 contracts in total for all the landscape meetings.
Okay. And this one, this bidder does not have any of the other ones, correct?
They are performing work, as a matter of fact, on the same area.
Same area.
Contract.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Thank you for your questions. Excuse me. And do we have a motion to approve this item?
Second.
All right, Mr. Knight, we have a motion by Commissioner Dr. Davis and a second by Commissioner Corsan. If you can please take roll.
Very good. We will take a roll call vote on item number 3, starting with you, Madam Vice President.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
And Commissioner Corsand.
Aye.
All ayes. Item number 3 is adopted and will move forward forthwith.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Banuelos. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks. All right, let's move on then to item number 4, and we have a speaker card on this item with the letter starting with B.
Please approach the podium, speaker, identifying yourself as B, starting with the letter B, and you'll have 2 minutes to offer your commentary on item number 4.
On all items and non-agenda public comment, I signed up as Black Sabbath 666 on items of all. And since we're talking about CD all on this item number 4, capital improvements, where is Kevin DeLeon when it comes to committees and commissions? Why isn't he afforded to speak on our behalf, the brown skin, light colored niggers like me that want you to understand that this profiling in our communities not to allow Kevin DeLeon to push and hear us ask him to do shit has not happened. So to distribute and advertise shit, request the proposals for sewer roach control. The reason we have roaches because we have a fucked up city, a fucked up state, and a fucked up local government that deals with brown people and people of color like we're fucking roaches. So if you don't understand, village people, now you know. 42 USC 1983 politely on the record, fuck you. Now, if DWP Peter Thomas wouldn't have fucked us on our bills, the city attorney that represents that nigger Peter Thomas across the street there would understand that to evaluate, negotiate, and return the people's sovereignty for the issues that pertain to our business, I say on their behalf, hoorah, Kevin DeLeon vote, and on top of Kevin DeLeon's note, fuck you politely.
Let's move on then to item number 4, and this is in all council districts. It's a joint report by Bureau of Sanitation and BCA, and this is a request for proposals, sewer roach control and treatment, recommending that the board authorize the director or the Bureau of Sanitation to, number 1, distribute and advertise the transmitted requests for proposals for sewer roach control and treatment. Number 2, evaluate the proposals and based on establishing a rating criteria, select and interview the most qualified proposers. Number 3, negotiate a contract with the most responsive proposers. And number 4, return to the board for authority to award, number 4, return to the Board of Public Works for authority to award and execute the contract, subject to mayor and city council approval prior to contract execution. And this is work order S10FPURC. And good morning. We have Ms. Bomick?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Good morning, Commissioners. Asia Jackson, Assistant Division Manager with Sanitation. It seems you have a busy day with sewers and storm and sewer projects. So I'm just here to introduce Nalima, who's going to be doing the presentation.
Thank you, Asia. Good morning, board members and board representatives. My name is Nilima Bhaumik, and I am representing LA Sanitation and Environment's Clean Water Conveyance Division. I am here to request authority to advertise a request for proposals to negotiate contracts for sewer roach control and treatment services. The new contracts are being requested for a duration of 5 years with an option to renew for an additional 2 years. The requested cost ceiling is for $1,580,000. As we all know that the City of LA owns and operates 6,700 miles of sewers that serves over 4 million residential and commercial customers. Roach control and treatment services is a treatment method for the city-owned maintenance holes by city-approved chemicals which is applied by a registered pesticide applicator. The treatment has an ability to kill or control the roaches and insects for a period of 2 years. In order to protect public health and environment, we need to continuously monitor the sewer system. Currently, the city has one roach contract which will expire in next year. So in order to continue with these vital services, a new RFP must be processed. Scope of work includes treatment of the roach-infested maintenance holes. They must be city-owned. Emergency response to the residents' complaints for the city-owned maintenance holes surrounding that area. City will consider all proposals. LSN will form a selection committee to evaluate proposals based on the following criteria: record of past performance, operational experience, cost effectiveness. The BIP outreach requirements were waived by the Mayor's Office on August 11, 2022. Notice of intention and 1022 requests were filed with the CAO on September 29, 2020, Personnel Department, which determined the scope of work exceeds the availability of city staff. Proposers are required to comply with all applicable city policies and ordinances. There is no impact on the general fund. Specific funding information will be provided at the time of approval of the city project award. Upon board authorization, RFP will be posted on the ramp. LSN will designate a committee to evaluate, interview, rank, select, and negotiate with the most qualified proposers. LSN will return to the board requesting authority to award contracts to the most qualified contractors. Therefore, authorizing to advertise a request for proposals for roach control and treatment contracts will allow us to seamlessly continue our services and continue to protect public health. I kindly request for your authorization. Thank you very much for your time, and this concludes my presentation.
Please do not disrupt the meeting. That is your first warning. All right, thank you for your presentation. And commissioners, do we have any questions on this item?
None for me.
No. All right, and commissioners, do we have a motion to approve this item?
So moved.
Second?
All right, Mr. Knight, we have a motion by Commissioner Dr. Davis and a second by Commissioner Corsan. If you could please take roll.
Very well. We'll take a roll call vote on item number 4, starting with you, Madam Vice President,
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis,
Davis, aye.
and Commissioner Corsand.
Aye.
All ayes. Item number 4 is adopted and will be referred to Mayor and Council forthwith.
Thank you. And thank you for your
Thank you.
presentation. Have a great rest of the day. All right, let's go on then to item number 11, and item number 5 in Council District 11, and we have a speaker with the first letter starting with B.
And you have 2 minutes. Speaker with
Yeah, the first
letter B,
warning
you have
from
2 minutes.
Fatty on item number 5 deals with a Hyperion water reclamation plant. However, God hates you. You're going to hell. Simplify, faggots. Don't get shit right. That water on this planet is soon to run out, and you're all going to die because God hates you. Read your Bible. We're living in the last days. For men will lie with men, and bitches will sleep with cunts. Romans 1, chapter 26 through 27 talks about the storm to come and how the discharge of piping separation that God wants done right is that you continue, Fatty, to give people warnings, Fatty, and the fat mouth should learn that the mile chamber pump station CIP, Fatty, at 2487 Hyperion Water Reclamation, Fatty, is very important for me. The reason is because we paid for water through DWP, and that motherfucker attorney and that motherfucker Mike Fuhr allowed this criminal element of patting your wallets, greasing your palms, so that you can tell me you're doing a good fucking job. Mike Davis is the only black man like me that knows what the fuck I'm talking about. So provide the little niggers, the little chongos, and us cockroaches with a better system of providing water. Fuck you.
let's move on then to item number 5, and this is in council, this is a joint board letter with Bureau of Contract Administration and with Bureau of Engineering, and this is in Council District 11. Project labor agreement, Hyperion Water Reclamation Plant, 1 Mile Chamber Pump Station, Capital Improvement Project 2487, and Hyperion Water Reclamation Plant, Stormwater Discharge Piping Separation, Capital Improvement Project 2492. Recommending that the board add the Department of Public Works Project Labor Agreement to this project, and that's work order SZH 11956 and SCSZH 12003. And thank you. Good morning. And before us, we have Mr. David De La Mora.
Yes.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Commissioners. Thank you for having me. I'm speaking on behalf of the Office of Contract Compliance and the Bureau of Contract Administration. Again, my name is David De La Mora. So I will be speaking with the recommendation of adding the project labor agreement to a new combination project. The two projects in hand are the 1 Mile Chamber Pump Station and the Stormwater Discharge Piping Separation. These two projects will actually have their authorization to be advertised as one project coming this Friday, December 1st. Both projects are located at the Hyperion Water Reclamation Plant, which is at 1200 Viso Del Mar, Playa del Rey at the Council District 11. Our project engineers estimate this cost to be $15,926,000. The first project, the 1 Mile Chamber Pump Station, has been brought forward to the board May 14, 2021, and the PLA was approved at that point. But the second project, which is the Stormwater Discharge Piping Separation, is not on the PIPS list. Thus, we are following protocol in suggesting the addition of the PLA to this combined project. Going into the scope of the work, this combination project will provide a permanent pump station from the 1 Mile gates down to the inlet channel of the water facility treatment. The project includes installation of 2 submersible pumps, piping, control system and instrumentation, electrical, civil, inspection, and positive isolation. The use of the pump station will be for scheduled preventive maintenance to improve Hyperion's resilience to spills. Going into the benefits of the project labor agreement, it'll ensure quality work is done timely without costly corrections down the line. It will allow for the access of skilled workers who have a commitment to training so that the work is done safely. It will also facilitate orderly settlements of labor disputes and grievances without any lockout, strike, or work stoppages. The maximum benefit of the project labor agreements aims to be for the LA residents and communities through target hiring goals. Most importantly, from the past, projects which have a project labor agreement attached to it provided about 13 jobs per 1 million cost of project. So this combined project is looking to open up 207 new job and career opportunities. Therefore, our staff is recommending adding the project labor agreement to this new combined project. Thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you for your thorough report and for including this second item for a PLA to the Stormwater Discharge Piping Separation Project. Commissioners, do we have any questions? Dr. Davis?
What is the time limit of this project?
The time limit I don't have on me, but I can ask our project engineers for that information. No problem. Thank you.
Did you want to know the,
I'm being told it's 2 years.
2 years?
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, and do we have any other questions on this project? We're glad we'll be able to generate more jobs. Thank you. All right, I'll move this item, and do we have a second to my motion? All right, Mr. Knight, we have a motion by myself and a second by Dr. Davis. If you can please take roll.
Very good. We'll take a roll call vote on item number 5, starting with you, Madam Vice President.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
And Commissioner Corson.
Aye.
All ayes, and item number 5 is adopted and will move forward forthwith.
All right,
Thank
thank you. Thank you so much. All right, let's move on then to item number 6. And we have a public comment on this one. So the person with the letter B, if you can please.
I can't believe this shit.
Did we start the timer?
Unbelievable
We
sewer
did start the timer,
operations and maintenance funds for item BPW 2023-0688. CDR. Well, where's Kevin DeLeon? Kevin DeLeon know this shit. We have to know this shit. The attorney needs to know this shit of where this fucking shit is going with the sewer operations. Because I'm doing the accounting here, and I can see that the expenditure of $85,000 for shit in sewers, for what? Electric services and a clean water collection division? No! No! God hates you. You're going to hell, you simplify fags. Snyder versus Phelps and Cohen versus California. Fuck the sewer operation and maintenance. You should have been taking care of this from time on. Look at how many pipes bust. Sewer pipes, water pipes, and all this fucking waste and abuse because you fail to replace the motherfucking infrastructure, capital improvements, and you allow us niggers, no offense, Mr. Davis, but I'm a nigger too, to find out that some fat, big mouth president, whether it's Bass or this other fat ass, has done anything good to improve the quality of our lives with sewers. So I'm in objection. Overruled, sustained, 42 U.S.C. 1983. Thank you, Mr. Davis. Yes, fuck them, fuck sewers and your operations because the public deserves more. Get Kevin DeLeon on committees and commissions. Vote Kevin!
That's 2 minutes.
All right. Let's move on to item number 6, and this is in all council districts, and this is an AFE. And this is a motion, and it is for Southern California Edison Company, Bureau of Sanitation, and Office of Accounting are requesting approval and execution of an authority for expenditure in the amount of $85,000 for encumbrance funds to pay for electrical services at Clean Water Collection Division, air scrubbers, and flow monitoring stations for July 1, 2023 to June 30th, 2024. Authorize the president or 2 members of the Board of Public Works to execute this service agreement. And before us, we have, good morning, Ms. Jackson.
Yes, good morning. As part of Aisha Jackson, Assistant Division Manager with Clean Water Conveyance. As part of our sewer infrastructure, we maintain 6,700 miles of sewers throughout the city. A majority of our system is gravity fed as the elevations change in the city. But as we get to lower elevations, some of that requires pump stations, and also we also have air scrubber and air treatment facilities, and as well as flow monitoring equipment. A majority of our equipment is set up within the city boundary and city limits with city utilities. However, in a couple of locations, particularly for this one, we have 6 sites that are within Culver City. And so they are outside of the bounds of DWP. So we are requesting authority for expenditure for $85,000 for Southern California Edison to pay for the power of these facilities. These are permanent facilities, and as such, the bill hasn't gone higher. So this is just a bill for these facilities.
Great. Thank you for that. Commissioners, do we have any questions on this item? I think we're just needing to pay our bill for SCE on this one. I'll move to approve this item. Do we have a second to my motion? All right, Mr. Knight, we have a motion by myself and a second by Dr. Davis. If you could please take roll call.
Very good. We will take a roll call vote on item number 6, starting with you, Madam Vice President.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
And Commissioner Corsand.
Aye.
Item number 6 is approved and will move forward forthwith.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good evening or good afternoon. All right, let's go on then to item number 7, and this is, we have a public comment on this item as well. Person with the letter B, take your 2 minutes, please.
Speaker, starting with who's identified yourself, starting with the letter B, please go ahead, approach the podium, and you have 2 minutes to offer your comment.
Hot damn item here, right? $3,165, and Fatty up there talks about paying the bills. Then pay the fucking bills. That's the reason why there's a cleaning and grubbing stop notice, because dumb bitch don't pay the bills. How fucking stupid can you be not paying the bills? Somebody please answer that. Do I get an aye vote? No, fuck you. You don't get an aye vote. Pay the goddamn $3,165 to drain the sub basin. Otherwise, Fatty, it gets plugged up, and it's gonna spill over. And salir todos los pinche cucarachas y toda la mierda que sale de los pinche pipas. ¿Sí entiende? Yo no soy muy pendejo como otros pendejas, pero yo sabe los derechos de algo que es importante para nosotros pinche negros. Hace su pinche trabajo. No haces pendejas o pendejos haciendo cochinada con tu pinche stop order. So stop wasting the taxpayers' money by stop notices. Get these motherfuckers from CGO Construction Company, INC, for the record, Mr. Attorney. Pay the motherfuckers so they can come back and continue to do the great job of service they were paid to do. Otherwise, on their behalf, fuck you, 42 U.S.C. 1983. They shouldn't come back to this fucked up city. They should go somewhere else so they can get a clean check of responsibility and not have a shithole like you, Fatty, with the liability that you can't pay the fucking bills.
And that concludes public comment.
All right, let's go on then to the last item. And that's a stop notice. CGO Construction Company, Inc. Is transmitting a stop notice in the amount of $3,165 for clearing and grubbing for OHL USA, Inc. in connection with Argo Drain Subbasin Facility Project. And Mr. Knight, do we receive and file this communication?
Yes, that is correct, Vice President Villegas. So front office staff board secretary has received the stop notice. We read it into the record, and then we receive it and file it for later action when a contract releases before us.
All right, thank you. All right, so then this is a receive and file, and we will do just that. And
I do believe we still have to take a vote on
we
receiving
do.
and
Okay.
filing. Yes.
All right, then why don't I make a motion to accept, receive, and file this item, number 7, this stop order for CGO Construction Company, Inc. And do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion by myself and a second by Dr. Davis and Commissioner Corson. If you could please take a roll call.
Very well. We'll take a roll call vote, starting with you, Madam Vice President.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Davis, aye.
And Commissioner Corson.
Aye.
All ayes, and item number 7 is received.
Great. Thank you. And Mr. Knight, does that clear the desk?
Yes, it does, Madam Vice President.
All right, thank you. Then we are adjourned at 11:35 this morning. Thank you, everyone. See you Friday.